Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillahi. I wanted to talk briefly about the issue of Mutah marriage. There's a few people that have asked with regard to it in recent times. And I wanted to say that we have a principle with regard to marriage. Firstly, what we need to understand is that the marital contract in Islam
approaching a railroad crossing
هو يعتبر يعني عقد غليظ, is considered a weighty contract. Is the most weightiest contract. Is the most weightiest contract that we have in the Sharia or in the Quran and the Sunnah. Is the contract which binds a male and a female together within the context of a family, and that family becomes a unit of the ummah or the Muslim community as a whole. The second thing that comes, we said firstly, is a weighty contract. Second of all, we have a principle that says al-aslu fi zawaj ad-daymuma wal-istiqrar, and that is that foundationally, the marital contract, what governs it is continuity and stability, right? And what we end up having with the concept of Mutah, which is basically a temporary marriage, it means that there's a clear beginning date and a clear beginning date and a clear end date. That goes against the principle that we said that al-asl fi zawaj ad-daymuma wal-istiqrar, that the foundational principle in marriage is the issue of what? Is the issue of continuity and stability. Mutah marriage puts an end point to the marriage, making it not a continuous, not a contract which has the intention of continuity. It has the intention of ending it at a certain point. So that's not from the characteristics of the marital contract. That's something that we need to be clear on that issue. The Mutah marriage, at one point in time, earlier on, it was practiced for a short period of time in Islamic history, and it was abrogated, meaning that it was put to end, right? It was put to an end. And so we have to be clear with that reality, that that type of contract, when we talk about it within the realm of marriage, is not something that we as Sunnis practice. It's not something that we as Sunnis practice. And so that's something that, you know, there should be no confusion over. So there should be no situation in which people have this idea that they're going to enter into that type of contract and think that it's going to be considered legit within the context of how we practice as Sunnis. That's a Shia practice, and even amongst the Shia themselves, there's been many complaints about how it's undertaken and how it's done, and many have even done it incorrectly within how it is that the Shia do it. And it's not advised that people go that route, because what that does is it creates a situation in which the marriage idea, it just becomes a plaything with no seriousness. And then in the context of what Mutah is, even if you think about it, the idea of Mutah, the meaning of Mutah, it comes back to, you know, different definitions. One of those being that is the issue of pleasure. So that's not the idea of marriage. It's not just pleasure. It's not just the issue of fulfilling sexual desire and so on and so forth. It's way more than that. Eso yo quiero decir aquí que el matrimonio temporario no existe en la práctica de los sunitas. Hay alguna gente que están preguntando sobre ese punto y hay una confusión en el pueblo, especialmente con varias personas que han hecho esta pregunta, me la han hecho recientemente, que si nosotros practicamos eso, porque hay alguna gente que están intentando el matrimonio de esa manera, y esa manera de matrimonio no existe en nuestra práctica. Esa manera de matrimonio, que a decir que el matrimonio tiene un punto de empiezo y un punto de terminar, que se va a acabar en cierto día, en un mes, en 3 meses, en una semana, en 2 días. Y la gente está de acuerdo con eso. Esa clase de matrimonio no existe entre nosotros, porque de las características del matrimonio es la estabilidad y que se contracta sin un punto de término, que tiene el matrimonio tiene que continuar hasta el punto de que si hay unos problemas que son bastante de grave, la única manera que se va a terminar ese matrimonio es con un divorcio, porque hay problemas en el matrimonio que no se pueden aliviar. Pero el punto no es de estar de acuerdo que nosotros nos vamos a casar por cierto tiempo y ya después de un punto que llegamos a un acuerdo de ese dato que los vamos a divorciar. Así no se juega la cosa. El juego no es así, gente. Así que hay una gente que está metiendo eso en la lógica del matrimonio, y están como presentándolo como si es una manera ordenada por el Islam y aceptada, y eso no es así. Como se dijo, hay un principio que es fundamental y le pertenece al contrato matrimonial en el Islam, y eso es que el matrimonio en el Islam es algo estable, y se entiende que ese contrato va a continuar, ¿verdad? Uno entra en el matrimonio para tratar de mantenerlo, no es para intentar salir de él. Y con eso, mi gente, acabamos este live. Cuidado, porque hay muchos pensamientos que están ahí sobre el tema de matrimonio, y muchos de esos pensamientos, ideas, muchas de las ideas que están no son ideas que son correctas. Y así terminamos. Assalamu alaikum.